Hey guys, I came through really quickly to tell you guys about a thought that dropped in my spirit today. I was actually playing with the thought that maybe one of these days we could live in a judgment-free world. And I'm not trying to be funny, but I really wondered if that could at all ever be possible. Do you think that we could ever get to a point in life where we stop being judgmental of each other? I mean, when you really give it some thought, those of us, which I guess would be all of us, because we've all been guilty of being judgmental. I mean, if anyone out there at the sound of my voice have never judged anyone, I sincerely apologize to you. However, I believe that being judgmental is almost a way of life for some people. And when you think about it, not one of us have the right to be judgmental. And if we all took the attitude that we should get our own backyards cleaned up before we look over at someone else's backyard and shake our head with disgust at the accumulation of garbage in their backyard, and our backyard is just as dirty and filthy as theirs, or maybe even more so. But some of us, have a tendency to have a blind eye towards our own mess, our own garbage, and just want to focus on everyone else's garbage and mess. And we believe, some of us, that if we don't focus on our mess, it's just going to go away. There's all sorts of reasons that people claim that they can be judgmental, or that they have certification to be judgmental. They have a full-fledged degree in being being judgmental. I'm qualified, some of them really believe, because I make a lot of money. I have 6, or 7 figures coming in annually. So therefore, I can look down on anyone who doesn't make the money that I make. Really? When since has your annual income been indicative of you being a good person or being able to judge? Your income ain't stopping your mess. As a matter of fact, those of us that have more income, or those of you, or those of them, or whatever the case may be, the more money, more mess. I mean, can I refer to Biggie Smalls, for those of you who don't know who he is? He was a rapper. I'm not into rap music that much, but I like good lyrics. And Biggie said, more money, more problems. Some of us hide behind a cloak of degrees. Some people have more degrees behind their name than the alphabet, so they think that they are equipped to be able to judge. And would you believe educated people that have spent years and years in school sit with each other and talk about other people as though they were better, as though they are, they were at the Last Supper with the 12 disciples and Jesus. Come on. And let's not talk about the Christians. Christians and judgmental people. It's sort of like saying being a Christian and being judgmental is like oil and water blending. How does that work? There's a parable in the Bible that speaks about this guy who owed a whole lot of money, and he went before a judge, and the judge pardoned him of his, outstanding debt. And he was all happy and went down about 3 blocks, I'm just paraphrasing here, and saw a dude that owed him like $50. And he nearly killed him for the $50 when he was just pardoned hundreds of thousands of dollars. I mean, that's what we do today. Those parables still speak truth to this day and age. You know, you find a flaw in someone, you find a weakness, you find something that's inconsistent or that needs to be fixed, and instead of building and helping and praying and trying to lift someone, you take a hammer and you drive it on that nail and try to nail it in their coffin of doom and despair. Meanwhile, you're walking around with all your mess and all your stuff, and nobody will smack you with your reality in your face and tell you that you're stuck on stupid to think that you're better than them because their problem is magnified and yours is hidden. You know what I'm saying? Some people lie on their taxes all day, every day, all year. I could sit here and give you a whole bunch of stuff, but then I would start to feel like those judgmental, negative people, and I don't want to do that. All I came tonight to say is please, stop it. Stop judging people. Every time you think to open your mouth and bury someone, think about the things that you need to fix in your life. And guess what? The fact that their stuff is out in the open means that God is revealing what's going on with them, because if it's out in the open, it's easier to fix. See, that's what God works with as far as our lives. We have to come out with it. Be open. The one thing in the Bible, and please don't be offended by me speaking of the Bible. You can speak of whatever you want to speak of, because you have freedom of choice. So my decision is to speak of what I want to. And the one thing in the Bible that God got besides himself, that Jesus got besides himself with, was when he saw a hypocrite. He would say, "Woe unto you, hypocrites! Whitewashed graves, open sepulchres." I can't even pronounce it. Oh yes, the outside is so pretty and clean, but on the inside it's like filthy rags. Because see, he sees to the bone and marrow. Don't be offended by what I believe, and I'm not apologizing for it anymore. It is what it is. This is what I believe. I believe that there's a lot of people walking around with a form of, whatever you want to call it, a form of, righteousness. Oh, I'm great, I'm wonderful. And inside they're rotten to the bones, but you can't see that. Anywho, do you get my point today? If you're being judgmental, please stop it. Please start thinking about, let's clean our own situation up. I've had to have this conversation with myself many times, so I can say it to you guys. And when I find myself falling short and being judgmental, I grab myself up by the bootstrings and I say, "Jackie, come on, no. Stop trying to find weak people that you consider to be weak. Stop trying to live and suck the life out of someone else's situation, because by doing so, you hope that yours won't be magnified." I'm sorry, guys. It is what it is. This is not a happy-go-lucky. This is a real talk message, as I felt the need to do this. Stop it. Please. I love you guys, sincerely. And love sometimes means we have to be real stern with each other. Anywho, have a wonderful, wonderful week. And as I always say to you guys, peace and love. Later.